Hey everyone, Chart Stoppers back with another video. In this channel, we take a look at different stocks and map out their key support and resistance areas on their daily chart. It's important to know these areas before you buy any stock, and it's also important to know what kind of a trend a stock is in before you buy into it. Support and resistance is one of the most important things you should know about a stock before you either buy or sell. And also, if you're doing any day trading, swing trading, or options trading, you're definitely going to want to get familiar with support and resistance and this channel. Now, just to let you know, I'm not a financial expert. These videos are for educational purposes only, but I am here to point out key factors on the charts which do impact the price action of a stock. And I also provided a link in the description for Webull. You could use that link to start an account and you will get 2 free stocks. I also provided a link for Robinhood. You could use that link to start an account and you will get 1 free stock. And just to let you know, we will be doing 3 videos per week on 3 different stocks. So if you have a recommendation for a video, leave a comment below and I will try to get to it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and have your notifications on so you don't miss out on any new content here. Okay, so let's get into the market today. Today is November 3rd, 2021. It is Wednesday. You could see here the S&P 500 is down today, 0.17%. The Dow is down 0.40%, and the NASDAQ is pretty flat on the day, up a little bit, 0.05%. So hopefully everyone's having a good week in the market and a good day, and hopefully you can finish your week out on a good note. All right, so let's get into the stock I wanted to take a look at today. Today I'm going to be covering Senseonics. I have covered this in the past. I will provide a link in the upper right hand corner to my past video. You could go back and check that out if you want to see how I got to where my chart is today. Okay, but at the time of this recording, Senseonics is trading at $3.90. It is down 1 cent on the day, or the equivalent of 0.26%. On the week, this stock is up 17.77%. In the past month, it is up 16.87%. In the past 3 months, this stock is up 23.5%. And in the past year, this stock is up 987.5%. So very good returns in the past week, month, and year. So very good short-term returns and very good long-term returns on this stock. As you could see from the chart looks very nice on this stock. You couldn't ask for a better looking chart here. You could see by looking at it, you had a huge run up going back to around December of last year when the stock was trading around 35 cents here. You could see that it had an explosion right in here, and then another huge run up to a high, all-time high of $5.56, which it hit on February 17th of earlier this year. And of course, that is when all of these stocks, pretty much these low cap stocks, the SPACs, and these high growth names, pretty much topped out right around pretty much exactly that day, the middle of February, around the 16th, 17th. They all topped out right around that time, okay? So this one was no different. It actually topped out right exactly at that time also at $5.56. And then you saw a, a correction in the stock. So you saw a correction, but on the way up, there was a gap left behind. You did not really get the consolidation you were looking for, as there was a lot of excitement in the stock on the way up. So there had to be some consolidation on the way down. So it was no surprise that this stock did have a correction and it fell from the top here. Okay, so getting into the chart here, you can see I have a line around $5.27. That is where we need to get back up to, and we need to close a daily candle above that price point if we want to see this make new highs. We've never been able to close above that price point. We've been above there intraday, you could see, hitting that $5.56 all-time high, but we've never been able to close above $2.27 or $5.27. I'm sorry. So we need to get to that point and close above there if we want to move on to new highs. All right, now going down our chart, you could see I have a line at $4.15, and this is going to be a very important price point, and I'll get to that later. But as you can see, this is a resistance point. You could see we ran into a little bit of resistance here. This was back in February on the way up, right before hitting those all-time highs, right in this area. Also, we had a little bit of trouble here. Coming off of those all-time highs, we tried to get back up there and we could not. So we ran into resistance there. And then right here, coming off of the bottom of our correction, we made a nice little jump here, leaving a gap behind, and tried to come back up to those all-time highs, tried to retest, and we got rejected off of that. This was back in June here, twice off of that line there around $4.15. And then it happened again right here in September. You could see we got rejected off of that $4.15 resistance level. Okay, so we'll come back to that in a minute here, but let's just finish off our chart here. You could see going down at $2.70. We did find a little bit of support here, and that was former resistance on the way up. You could see the consolidation around here on the way up. So on the way down, we did consolidate a little bit before breaking that support on the way down. So you could see coming off of that all-time high, we had a little bit of consolidation around that support area. And then the stock price dipped down to where it ultimately bottomed out at $1.70 here. So that's where we found our base after the correction. And we found a nice base there at 170. And we can... we're able to have a nice bounce off there and climb back up. Now you could see the stock had a big bounce off that 170, went all the way up, like I said, all the way back up to that 415 resistance area, and then it kind of set up a base at that 272 area. Okay, so we got above that 272 resistance point, which was former support, and then we set up support there. All right. So we didn't spend a lot of time down at that $1.70 support area. And then we set up this nice little trend line here. So even though we went all the way up to this $5.56 all-time high and then came all the way down to $1.70, we are still on a very nice uptrend here going all the way back to December of last year. And you can see I have that marked in this green trend line here. The nice little uptrend that we've been following, and we have hit this line once, twice, in a cluster here, and then another cluster here just recently. So this is a very nice trend line that we're looking at, and we've just been climbing higher and higher along this trend line here. So this is a perfect trend, and we've just been going higher and higher, and it looks very nice on our chart here. Okay, now I also have this downtrend that I have marked here in the red, and whoops, I didn't mean to move that there. That was marking our lower highs that we were making coming off of our all-time high here, that was going to intersect with our uptrend that we were on. Okay, so you could see that we were climbing on our uptrend, and then we were kind of making this pennant formation with our downtrend intersecting here, which was going to be around the middle of November. And it looks like we are already breaking out of this pennant formation. These past couple days here, you could see these two big red candles, as we have had some very big green days these past couple days. Looks like we are breaking out of this pennant formation to the upside, as we have not broken our uptrend here. You could see it was on this day, the 28th of October, I believe, we got very close to this trend line here. I believe we pretty much touched that trend line to the penny, and we had a bounce off of that trend line. It almost looked like we were going to break that uptrend, but we held, and we had a nice bounce off of it. So a perfect bounce, and now we have broken out of this down trend line here, and we're on our way up, and it looks like we have broken out of that pennant formation. And now we have to work on this $4.15 resistance next, because that is our next thing that we have in our way. So we've broken this resistance line so we could get rid of that off of our chart. I'll delete that. And now you can see it clearly. We're in an ascending triangle since we got rid of our downtrend, and we're on our uptrend here going into this resistance line. So we're trending upwards into a resistance, and that's called an ascending triangle here. Okay, so if we keep trading up into this resistance, the stock is going to have to do one of two things. It's either going to have to break out above this $4.15 resistance, okay, and keep going higher and test this all-time high up here, or it's going to have to break this uptrend if it gets rejected by this resistance point right here at $4.15. Okay, so if we do not pass this resistance point by, it looks like we still have a little bit of time here in our triangle. So it looks like by January 15th of 2022, we have until to break this resistance or break this trend line, okay? So that's how long we have. So we're either going to have to keep trending up, break our resistance, and keep going upwards to test this all-time high, possibly even go even higher, or get rejected and break our uptrend that we've been on and go lower, possibly towards our support here at 272. Now, what are our catalysts that could possibly break our resistance here? Well, we got earnings coming up on November 9th. So a couple days away for that, about a week. And we also are waiting for an FDA approval on their SENS glucose monitor, which they've been waiting for about a year for. All right, so it could come any day now. It's supposed to come by the end of 2021, so that could come any day now. And it looks like, you know, things are looking positive for that FDA approval or the earnings, because these past couple days here, you could see, you know, a lot of people are buying into this stock. It's been on a nice little uptrend here coming off of this trend line, and things are looking good here. So we'll keep an eye on this for the next couple days. Hopefully we could break this 415 resistance and see what this stock could do. All right, so that's my update. If you guys like the video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and have your notifications on so you don't miss out on any new content here. And I want to thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time on Chart Stoppers.